What's up, everybody? Trinity here. Welcome back to Second Street. It's the morning after new comic book day. I hope you're all having a very good today. Today we are going to get into some comic book reviews. In case you don't know, I typically do them on Wednesday. I should probably actually, spend some time and actually sit down and do a video on Tuesday nights, just ready to go for Wednesday mornings. But because I usually do the live reviews on Wednesday morning. But when we've got shows like What If and stuff like that, like the MCU shows that they've got on Disney Plus, I like to do them separately. Do them separately. I want to talk about, people here want to talk about What If. They're not here. They don't want to. You think they care about comic books? Do they? Let me know. I don't think so. It's a totally different crowd. It's a totally different crowd. But maybe that's just if you ask me. I could be wrong. Let me know down in the comments below how you feel about comic books. I mean, do you? Do you? Let me know. Okay, there we go. That's I think everything is getting everything readjusted here from doing some videos and pictures and stuff yesterday. I hope you're all having a very good day today. Like I said, we are going to be getting into some comic book reviews. Also, while you are here, don't forget, make sure that while you are here, that you check your Myrtle bit. Put exclamation Myrtle bit down in the comments below. You can check your Myrtle bit. Myrtle bit is how you're going to get these tickets to get entered into the giveaways that we're going to be doing here on the channel. For you all, we've got oh man, I don't even have the book here near me. We've got 2 stories by Joshua Campbell. It's a very great book. We've also got Power Rangers Unlimited by Frank Gogol, issue number 1. We've also got a trade paperback of Dead End Kids volume 1, and it's signed by Frank Gogol as well. And we've probably got some other stuff that we're going to be giving away. We've also got some giveaways that we're going to be doing for channel members as well. So if you like what I do here on the channel, you want to support me, hey, even if you don't, hey, sometimes your haters are your greatest supporters, right? I don't know. Do I have any haters? I don't know. Do we need to make some? Do we need to make that? You know what? Anyway, point being, if you would like, you can do that by hitting the join button right next to the subscribe button, or you can even there's a link down in the description of this video as well. So make sure that you do all of that. Make sure you check your Myrtle bit. So let's go ahead and get into some comic books that we've got for today. One of the things I want to show you guys, something that actually came in yesterday, is this right here. This came in, and like you couldn't really see it that well because it was doing the green screen. We were out in the multiverse yesterday, and it didn't look as well. But this right here is issue number 1 of Resonant, signed by David Andrew. Now there is probably there's probably like 7 or 8 covers total, and I've only got like 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. I've got like 4 of them now. But David Andrew sent this out just out of the pure kindness of his heart. So big shout out to David Andrew, man. I really do appreciate this. This book. I mean, like, this is one of my favorite series out of Vault Comics. It was one of the first series that I read from Vault Comics. Absolutely great series. Volume 2 is getting ready to come out on trade paperback. You can still get into your local comic book shop and let them know that you'd like to order it, or you can wait till it comes out and find it there as well. But if you pre-order it, they have one there waiting for you. I think the cutoff was, I can't remember if they already hit the cutoff for it, but you should still get in early and let them know so they can still get an order in for you. And it might still come in on time, chances are. But I believe it's scheduled to come out in, like, I want to say November or December. So I don't know. You know what? It's actually probably in this year, in this month's previews. We'll take a look at that towards the end of the show. But again, huge shout out to David Andrew. This, I'm telling you, love this series, love this book, and this kind of really has to go with what we're talking about here today is covers. I like this series, and it's great to get this. Like, I'm not into reading comic books and collecting comic books just for covers. We don't do that here. I've spoken many times here on this channel saying that I don't do cover buys anymore. Dropped all the X books, pretty much dropped most of the Marvel books and everything out there, right, guys? We don't do cover buys. Not doing cover buys. If you like doing cover buys, that's okay. Let me know down in the comments below, especially if you're watching this on the replay. If what's your mode of collecting? Are you hey, and don't give me this. I know somebody out there is gonna be like, I'm not a collector. I'm just a reader. I'm just a reader, right? Which is so funny. You know what? I used to be in that denial too. Like, I'm just a reader. No, like, look, unless you're buying these books and then you get them and give them away after you're done reading them, or you just throw them away, or whatever you do with them, you do like the guys over at Whack Comics do, and you repurpose them. However it is you do it. The thing is unless you're doing that, I don't know, maybe even repurposing them, you're a collector. Sorry to tell you. Even if you're just reading them, like unless you're reading them and just getting rid of them, like, you're a collector. All right. Even if you're buying digital, don't give me like, oh, I'm not a collector. I'm just a reader. Look, bro. They're currently selling NFTs. Marvel is of their comics and everything like that. People subscribe to like the Marvel Unlimited. I'm subscribed to Marvel Unlimited. I have books that I have on digital, some that I have bought on digital, and so I mean, let's face it, that you're a collector, bro. All right, you're yeah. Shh. Shh. You're a collector. That's okay. There's nothing wrong. Don't be in denial. Don't be in denial. Too many people live their lives in denial, and they don't get to live their life to the fullest because they're in denial. So yeah, it's okay to be a collector. It's okay. But me here on this channel, like I said, and I'm not going to shame you if you do just buy comic books just for covers. I know there's people out there that buy comic books, all kinds, just for covers. Good for you. That's good. That's great. However you, like I said, however you collect. However you collect. Me, all I need is just the basic A cover of a comic book. I don't need to get like this cover and that cover. You know, there's 5 covers of this book. You gotta get them, dude. Like, only idiots do that, okay? Like, seriously. Only fucking idiots do that. I'm gonna put it that way. Only fucking idiots do that. Now, if you go out and you get one cover, like, oh, I really like this cover. Cool. But you get, like, every single fucking cover of a book that comes out, like, stop. Just stop. I'm not a collector. Now let's get into some comic books. Starting right off with AWA Upshots, The Resistance Uprising. This book is written by J. Michael Straczynski. It's got art by C.P. Smith. It's colored by Lee Lowridge, and it has letters by Sal Cipriano. You should take a look at those names right there. Take a look at those names right there. All right. This book is kind of like the X-Men. You could say this was the first book to kick off the AWA Upshot brand, and it's absolutely great. Issue number 5 of 6. Obviously, we see here this is the penultimate issue, right before we get to the very end, right? Or is like, yeah, that's the penultimate, right? That's like the penultimate's not the last one, is it? And you know, I may need to revisit that. I'm pretty sure it's not. But it really probably kind of depends, I guess, on the pace of the story. But this story right here has been absolutely great. I feel like the Resistance Uprising has taken a lot of some of the other threads going on in some of the other books and really tied them together. Here over the past like 2 issues of the Resistance, they've tied more into moths as well as volume 1 of the Resistance. But I swear towards the beginning of this, they kind of touched on, I feel like there was a little bit of like year 1 kind of talked about, or year 0, I mean. I kind of feel like there was a little bit of American Ronin as well as I feel like Archangel 8 was insinuated as well. But could be just me, but I thought this book was really good. Again, C.P. Smith, I really like the art that he does here. It's not overly detailed. It gets the job done. I mean, you can still see definitely, you know, like different personality, you know, faces and everything. Got kind of that all down. And even you get into some of here, into some of these other scenes right here, you know. See, just seeing people there and like some of the little workshops and everything. I don't know, man. I really like this series and what they're doing with it. This issue right here, we got a lot of definitely interesting things going on here as we're getting a little bit more behind the scenes of seeing these different reborns who are the people who got this infection and going out and got powers out of it, almost like the Inhumans, kind of like that, similar. But you can see like some of them are actually being used by the government to go out and hunt down other reborns. And in this issue, there was more confrontation in this issue, seeing these two factions collide, and very good stuff here. Very good stuff in the Resistance. Definitely a series I would recommend reading. Definitely for sure. Like if you like something like that. Like I said, it's kind of like not even post-apocalyptic, but like the world basically has kind of changed a little bit after this pandemic swept the world. Millions of people were infected. Lots of people died. Many of these people got sick and ended up getting superpowers afterward. Some didn't. And it's very good if you're into something like that kind of. I don't know. I guess what would you say? Maybe like a I don't know. Is it is it a real world drama? It's no longer sci-fi. Definitely a recommend though. Like AWA Upshot and what they've done with all of their books, but let me know down in the comments below if you have read The Resistance Uprising and what you have thought about it. Again, and I think the team in that book is doing a very good job as well. Speaking of teams, moving into Boom Studios, Once and Future issue number 19 returns after a couple of month hiatus. This book, I feel, is truly a team effort. You've got Kieran Gillen, Dan Moore, Tamara Bonneville, and Ed Dukeshire here doing this series. And just kind of like the way everything happens in this book, just like seeing, and you can see some of the panels in here. I really do think that like if you change one of the people on this series, it changes. It would change the feel of this book a lot, and that happens in a lot of books when they do that. You can kind of see some of the art there where you can see like when you see all these little like bubbles floating around here where they're at, like right here in this panel. Basically, that's when like there's some magic happening, and you got monsters and stuff like that coming from like other world. Very interesting one here. Kind of this drama that is kind of unfolded as Duncan and his granny. It's basically kind of like a family business fighting against these what you would say are folk tales, fairy tales, if you will, like King Arthur, Knights of the Round Table, and different things like that. I really enjoyed this series. Now, recommend if you like this something like this and you're really enjoying this series. At this point, after in issue number 19, it kind of feels like nothing's really changed here. Like it's getting a little long in the tooth, if you will. Is that how you would say that? It just feels like it's like really dragging out. It hasn't been bad, but it feels like that's what it's doing. Just kind of like just keeping me like just going. Like I kind of feel like you could probably at this point just trade weight, you know. But other than that, it's been a very good series overall. So if you're into stuff like that, definitely make sure that you check it out. Again, I've been pulling this one since it came out anyway. So good stuff. Just very good stuff. Okay, now getting into this next book here, we've got Something is Killing the Children, issue number 19. Issue number 19 of Something is Killing the Children here. I totally didn't get two covers of this book. I totally didn't get two covers of this book at all. I mean, not after what I said earlier, right? I mean, right? Anyway, Something is Killing the Children has been a great series overall. I would definitely recommend this. Now, if you haven't been reading this, I mean, you need to go pick all these up. Now, the thing is, and I thought it was, you know, like it's kind of weird. It's one of those books, and I mean, a lot of books get like this too. But like, it's an ongoing series, but it's 19 issues in, and if you go to try to find some of these at your local comic book shop, you can't really find a whole lot of the older issues, back issues. You know, they're bought up, they're gone. It's really been that good of a series. This one being written by James Tynion the fourth. It's got art by Werther de la Dera, colored by Miguel Muerto, and lettered by Android Design. This one also, like, the thing I will say about this too is issue number 19 I think is really good. Ever since they started this new story arc of basically after Archer's Peak, everything that went down there, they finally killed the something that's killing the children, right? Like, you know, it only took like 15 issues to get there. Something is killing my pocketbook. Like that shit could have went down in like fucking 9 issues, okay? Could have went down in 8 issues. You could have had a nice little segue into what we're getting now. We're getting a little bit of the backstory of Erica Slaughter and the House of Slaughter, and just kind of what they do there, and how they're picked and trained and everything to go out and fight against these monsters. Very good stuff here over these past few issues. Definitely a recommend. And again, if you haven't been reading the series, go pick up the trade paperbacks of this as well and pick it up. I think in like October or November, they're getting ready to come out with a, I guess you could, it's a not a it's obviously not a trade, it's a hardcover collection of the first 15 issues, and it's coming in like they have some that were coming in a nice little slipcase and everything. Pretty sweet. But other than that, they're gonna have just the same book as well out there without the little slipcase. But you know, it's like $10 more for the slipcase. Totally didn't buy it. Totally didn't pre-order it or anything. We don't do because we don't do cover buys here, and I already own all these single issues, so there's no reason for me to do that. We don't do cover buys. No cover buys. Speaking of which, getting into the Department of Truth. Oh my, dang it! That was the wrong cover. That was the wrong one. My bad. Don't do cover buys. This is the Department of Truth. Department of Truth issue number. Dang it. Department of Truth issue number 12. Department of Truth issue number 12. This series has been pretty good here. Like, it feels like we're getting a little bit more, like they're kind of blending in more of the storytelling, like through a lot of the first few issues of this book, like the first story arc, and then after that they had some kind of segue issues, like 2 issues in there that like they got a different artist on. The story was just kind of like some backstory of some different things going on there with the Department of Truth. And then we got back into like the regular what is it, Martin Simmons art and everything back in the books. And then here in this issue, we're starting to get more of we kind of get back a little bit more cartoony here, but it's still Martin Simmons doing the art. And it feels like they're kind of blending some of what they did in those couple of issues into this a little bit more, where in the first story arc, it was a little bit more gritty the whole time, a little bit more like the regular, I'm a little bit more like the regular stuff that you get here. This has been a good series. This book here, the Department of Truth, where this new Agent Cole, has gotten in here and kind of learned about the Department of Truth. He's kind of been, I don't know, he's been red pilled. He's out there, and they're going out to basically like fight crime and everything. Now they do this like, I don't know, like the best way I can describe this book is a lot like people think I'm kidding, or like this book is about cancel culture and confirmation bias. Where you have the Department of Truth kind of out there deciding who and what, kind of policing the things that people are putting out there in the world. And sometimes they let things go. Sometimes they decide, like, you know what, we don't want this getting out there. Sometimes they do decide to, and they help it along. And they help, like, but it's been a very good series. Been a very good one, getting just through this series overall. Definitely a recommend if you've been on this series altogether. If you haven't been, you definitely need to go out, check out the trades of this. I believe there's one of them out right now. There should be another one getting ready to come out soon of volume 2. But you should be able to get a lot of these ones. Well, I don't know. That's hard to say now too, because I believe this got optioned for a show as well. But you should be able to get some of these, at least in trade form, and some of the others, the more recent issues. Definitely a good read. I would recommend this one. Again, James Tynion is one of the writers out there who's been doing kind of a good job here over the past couple of years, kind of getting just really making a name for himself. He's one of those creators too, has left the mainstream comic book industry for Substack. But I don't know. But if you ask me, I'd say that Image Comics is mainstream. It's big three. It's big three if you ask me. But hey, let me know how you feel about that down in the comments below. And I think like some of these, like some people kind of misconstrue. I don't know. Maybe I've got it wrong. Is like some of these guys are still going to be doing their indie books and stuff. They got like James Tynion's got Department of Truth going on good over there. He's got Something Is Killing the Children that we just talked about going on at Boom Studio. Like I guarantee he's not quitting those stories anytime soon. But I think that's kind of the thing with like the Marvel and the DCs of the world is like these days, like it's always like a dream job. Everybody wants to go write those characters and everything, and then they do, for a few years, and it's like, okay, well, time to go do something else. What I've been doing this, kind of this whole time, and whatnot. So I don't know. I think it's cool. And yeah, I don't know. A lot of debate going on out there about the Substack thing. A lot of people out there feel one way or the other about it. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of like OnlyFans for comic creators, or even Patreon. I don't know. What do you guys think? Have you guys heard of it? Let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, so moving on, guys. Totally, like I said, no cover buys. This is actually issue 25. 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. 26, 27, 28, 29. Yeah. Right here. This isn't the same issue of Ice Cream Man. Ice Cream Man, issue number 25. This series is absolutely great. If you're not reading Ice Cream Man, I'm not sure what's wrong with you. Maybe you just don't like horror, or even the kind of weird, creepy, because like this isn't always necessarily a horror book. Sometimes it's just kind of creepy and weird, and I like it for that. It's very very good. Now here over the past, it seems like, I don't know, there's been some different issues, even in like the Ha Ha series, kind of tied some things together as well. But they have, over these last few issues, these last 4 issues, because they've been doing these in like 4-issue volumes, they've been having a lot of references to other things that have happened in the Ice Cream Man comics, in other issues, kind of little tiebacks to everything kind of going on. And here in issue number 25, a little bit of a oversized issue, here on this 25th issue. They do just a little bit more of that. Now, this is one of those series I definitely recommend if you're into creepy, weird, horror, genre type books. Very much in here, because like you get into this book, like there's not really. It's like there's horrific things going on, but there's nothing necessarily like horror about it. It's one that's just like a little bit more weird and eerie, as opposed to some of the other times that they do horror stuff. And you can see that, just like right here, a little bit of tiebacks to, just some of the other issues that have happened in Ice Cream Man. Just like I said, different, like different stuff. And like you can see even like Martin Morazzo's art, along with, even with Brian O'Halloran's coloring throughout this series, it just kind of sets a grim, dreary tone. And issue number 25 is great. It's great. You got to be reading this series if you're into that. Definitely a recommend. Moving on. And let me know down in the comments below if you've been reading Ice Cream Man and what you think about it. The next one I've got here on Dynamite Comics at Deja Thoris. This is an absolutely great series, hilarious writing, everything. This isn't a cover by, I swear. Blade Runner 2019 or 2029, my bad. I forgot. It started off as Blade Runner 2019. Blade Runner 2029, issue number 7. This series is absolutely great as well. The Skylar Patridge cover right here. I totally didn't buy an extra cover of this because I like Skylar Patridge's art and everything. Totally didn't do that. Blade Runner 2029 has been a pretty good series here over these last couple of issues, and they do them in 4-issue story arcs, so there's only 1 issue left in this particular story arc, and then they will probably start a volume 3 of Blade Runner 2029. And what we've been following throughout this whole series is this detective Anna Ashina, who is one of the original Blade Runners, going out and hunting down replicants. And here over these last few, we're getting a little bit more background over story. We're getting a little bit more of a current story now. Just different things going on here throughout this series. I've really enjoyed this series overall. And here in these last couple of issues, just seeing how it is, because at this point, basically her enemy, but not really her enemy, just an enemy, recently kind of gave her new life, if you will, healed her, and like it's been getting very interesting just throughout this whole series. I've been on it since issue number 1, and I have absolutely been loving it. Definitely a recommend if you like Blade Runner and just that whole world, cyberpunk kind of stuff. Definitely a recommend for anybody out there if you're into that sort of stuff. Now, the last book that I've got here is one like I went through and I had to reread issue number 2 and 3 yesterday because I forgot, like, I read all of these books like several months ago when the awesome people at Vault Comics sent me all 3 issues to read and review, and we talked about them several times here, but this is Barbaric issue number 3, and so yeah, totally didn't do any cover buys there. But this series is absolutely great, following Owen and his talking axe, who is bloodthirsty, and as soon as he gets to start doing his killing and tasting that blood makes him like drunk. It makes him drunk with, I don't know, like drunk, like when people get drunk. He gets all saucy and crazy, and just he loves it. And here you see Owen kind of teaming up with this girl, this necromancer out there. Her name is Soren, and they're going out there they're going to this kind of temple where she was at, where there was these people trying to help her with her because they were saying she's a witch and everything, because she's a necromancer, and if you don't know what a necromancer is, just go look it up. All right. So they were trying to heal her. She ended up escaping from them. She found her and Owen crossed paths, and they went back here to no, they weren't trying to get revenge. I think she was there looking for her friend, I believe, or somebody. And so yeah, again, that was first issue. So we see them going out there and doing that, and it's just absolutely great just seeing just kind of this adventure where Owen has this curse that he has, like, he can fight back and like all this stuff, like and I believe he's cursed to immortality, but like he can only do good, right? He can only fight for good. He can only do right, I guess. And he's kind of going through these things, saying like it's kind of hard because what's always right, what's right for me might not be right for somebody else. It's like it's not always as great as it seems going out there and being cursed to go out and fight and do right. And so it's very interesting in that way. So just kind of some of the, I don't know, I guess you could say some of the comedic hijinks that would come with that as well. But again, love the art in here as well. Nathan Gooden's art throughout the series great. He just does, I like Nathan Gooden's art anyway. He does a lot of covers and everything for Vault Comics as well. Does just like a lot of work for them. But definitely this 3-issue series is a recommend if you're into like a very Conan type character, and just this barbarian going out there and fighting for right. Fighting for right. But anyway, guys, let me know down in the comments below if you've been reading any of these, what you have thought of any of these books. Like I said, there's some really good ones out there. The other one I haven't read yet is Spider-Man Life Story Annual, but I have heard that this issue is really good. I just haven't got a chance to read this one yet. All right, I just haven't got a chance to read it yet, but I got it. I'm gonna read it. You know what I have been reading? Look at this. This is what I have been reading. Thunderbolts. Been digging into this Thunderbolts omnibus here, man, and it's been good. It's been good. Definitely a good read. Definitely a recommend. So let's get here into the live chats and see who all we have here with us today. Oh man, what? Oh dude, like party foul. What's going on here? Was that like that the whole time? That was like that the whole time, wasn't it? That was like that the whole time, wasn't it? Dang man. Total like. Dang. That's like a rookie move right there, man. That's just like a rookie move. Like fucking busted. Damn. Fucking rookie, bro. Rookie. All right. Let's get in here to the live chat, see what everybody's saying. We got my man Reefer Man Reviews. How are you doing? What is up, my man? Can't stand DoorDashing right now. All right, man. DoorDash away, dude. Mike Plo Porter, my man, what is up? With a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you so much, my man, Mike Porter. One of the greatest supporters out there. Thank you so much for being here. Sheev the Wise, what is up? How are you doing? Star Wars MCU OG, what is up? Obi-Wan, the homie, aka Beskar Batman. My man Will Morgan is in the building, as well as LB from the Lonely Banter. Let's see what everybody's saying. I don't believe you, Trinity. Everybody cover buys. Nope, not me. I don't cover buy. Didn't you just see my comic book pull list there? Don't do it. I don't do it. She says, Trent, I got a question. What's your opinion on YouTubers covering comics and bringing them to life? Is it a cool way to bring people in, or does it degrade the ones to go to the comic store and buy them? Like, what do you mean? Like how? Like how? Like trying to get people into comics? Hell yeah, absolutely. You got to do that. Like, well, hell, what was it? Like, if that's what you're talking about, because like a few weeks ago, it's been a couple months ago now, where during the Loki series, when that was coming out, I actually sat here on the Trailer Park Live. We went through and read. I think we actually literally read I think we actually read the whole books of West Coast. No, it wasn't even West Coast Avengers, was it? Yeah, it was. West Coast Avengers issue 60, 61, and 62. We actually read every single one of them. Like I had them. I pulled up the motherfucker on screen here, and we sat here and went page by page by page and read every single one of those, because I think it has to do with what's going on in the Loki series as well as WandaVision. I think they both tie together, and I think they both tie together is going to affect probably Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man movie, just kind of the way it affects it, as well as the Doctor Strange movie, obviously going into Ant-Man and the Multiverse of Madness as well. I mean, mainly because we know Jonathan Majors is going to be in that too, right? Yeah. But like, how do you mean, like, is that what you mean, like bringing them to life, like yeah, no, that's good stuff, like stuff like are you talking about like kind of like even like Rob from Comics Explained, like that, like, no, that's great if that's what you're talking about, I think. Let's see. AWA hasn't let me down. Yeah, love the universe they're building. Absolutely, it's great stuff. Yeah, I'm part of the Resistance. Yes. Good morning, LB. I hope you're having a very good morning, man. Hope all's going well with you. Justin Simone said power went out. I'll tell LCS till they fix this mess. Yeah, there you go. There's a few good books came out this week, man. Okay. Is Department of Truth based off 1984, the Orwell novel? Not necessarily, but I mean, it's like I wouldn't say it's based off of it, but I would say it deals with similar similar content. Yeah, like whole like government conspiracy cover up kind of stuff. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um the government's in control of it all and they're manipulating everything. Yeah. Absolutely. So in that way, yes. In that way, yes. Um Getting people to willingly join along with stupid shit as opposed to them be free thinking. Yeah, in that it's kind of in that way, Star Wars MC. Oh, did I already say what's up, Star Wars MCU OG? I don't think so. I don't think I've seen your name. Okay, I did see your name earlier. How you doing, Star Wars MCU OG? I get why you may feel that way, Justin. Someone, how are you? Oh wait, what? Not sure my thoughts, but our lives are. What are you talking about? What I missed there? Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Justin's like 1984 is a biography. Yeah. Mas necromancy, the dark art of bringing someone back from the dead. Yes. Um. Gotta run the shop and deep dive through some old books. There you go. There you go. Absolutely. Simple Sparrow, my man. What is up? Still got it. Yeah. It's got a 3D printer, bruh. I mean, you need to print you some miniatures. Yeah, some miniature, like some miniatures? What are miniatures? That sounds cool. That sounds cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Okay. Rookie move. Yeah, rookie move, man. Yeah. By the way, reading along with Trinity can change your life. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what's interesting? It's my man Will Morgan. You probably see him here in the chat. Oh, you probably see him here in the chats. He actually sent me out this he sent me this picture of this comic book that I actually went and read. And you know what's funny is he showed it to me. I'm like, I think I've read this. And I went through and I was like, okay, like, and I seen what issue it was, and I was like, all right. I was like, I've already read this issue, and what it is well, it was Avengers issue number, like, what is it, 62? No, Avengers 59. Avengers number 59. And I remember reading it because what I actually read was the issue that was like 2 issues before this, which was 57, which was the coming of Vision. And that was when Vision first showed up to Avengers headquarters by the, Ultron 5 made him do it. And he went and showed up at Avengers headquarters, was fighting with them, wanting to join the Avengers as well. And you could see, like, basically he was sent to destroy the Avengers, but in the time that he was there with Ultron before he got sent off, he was sitting there questioning Ultron. He's like, why am I going to fight them? Like, why would I do this? Like, what's going on? Like, what? Well, I was born yesterday. Anyway, that whole thing kind of came about, and that you see that kind of going on through these books, but then you get like in the like these couple of issues right there, but then you also get the story of Hank Pym and what he had to do with it, right? What he had to do with it. Very interesting in these issues too. But it also showed Hank Pym when he kind of got this split personality, when he went from being Ant-Man or Goliath to being, or Giant Man, however you want to put it. He went to being Yellow Jacket. He went to being Yellow Jacket, and it was very interesting. Now, the interesting thing about this book right here. The interesting thing about this. The interesting thing about this is that it took place right after these issues when Vision first showed up, kind of dealing with some of the things that kind of have been coming out with, like, in the WandaVision series, dealing with Vision, and then the way it kind of rolls into, and then dealing with some of that stuff, like, I don't know, maybe some of the stuff like we seen in What If yesterday, but also kind of dealing with, man, it's really strange. Doctor Strange, that is. We see that they're doing the whole multiverse thing and everything. And we see that in the trailer, that Spider-Man trailer, Doctor Strange there, trying to make everybody forget that Spider-Man is Spider-Man. Well, Will Morgan brought up a very interesting point as well, talking about, well, this is kind of how Sentry was, like, how Sentry was brought into the Marvel Comics anyway. But one of the things that they did, what they showed, was that Sentry was actually there all along. He actually had, I believe it was Reed and Strange. Was it Doctor Strange and Reed Richards that kind of, like, I can't remember what they did, but manipulated stuff to get people to remember him, because he was forgotten about all this time. And basically they had to go through and jog his memories, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, is he still in the chat? Am I getting that right? So it's very interesting there with that. But then you get here into this issue of Avengers number 50. What was it again? 59? And you see Hank Pym, where he was getting ready to do some experimentation with some stuff. And what you find out happens is he was basically knocked out. And when he came to, it was when Janet Van Dyne had went to man, who was it? I can't even. All of a sudden, I can't remember who she took with her. It might have just been all the Avengers. No. Who was it that she took with her? Was it Jarvis? No. Who was it she took with her? But she took somebody with her back to basically their house where Hank Pym was, because they hadn't seen him in a while. Back to their house, and found that he was there, kind of unconscious. And he comes to as they get there, and he's like, oh, I don't even know what's going on. And he's like, I'm done with this. Like, we need to get out of here and abandon this place. Like, he didn't even remember anything about what happened, what went on. Because he kind of got brainwashed and everything. He boarded up his place, where he did all his experiments, basically his house and everything. And shit, I don't even know where he went. I'm guessing, was he just living with Janet at that point? And so he just basically wasn't there anymore. But what happened in the meantime was basically Ultron went in there and created, and that's where kind of Vision was created. And it was very interesting, but all of that kind of led to this kind of split personality of Hank Pym. And because you see him kind of come in and threaten the Avengers and everything, and wanting to become one of the Avengers, and kind of the same thing as Vision, and fighting with him and everything. He's like, oh, I'll kick all your butts. And you see him there fighting with everybody, kicking all their butts, and then next thing you know, he takes Janet and escapes. He takes Janet and escapes, like kidnaps her. And then next thing you know, like he's sitting there, got her held captive, and he like basically lays a big fat one on her, and like they're getting ready to hump. And then she realizes that Yellow Jacket is actually Hank Pym. They see him exiting City Hall. This is when all the Avengers are all of a sudden there. They're getting ready to attack him. She's like, oh, no, it's all good. And then like it comes out that like Yellow Jacket was Hank Pym all along. Anyway, so like just thinking about that, because his memory got erased. They used this stuff. I can't remember like how Ultron did it, but they used this chemical to basically brainwash him, make him forget all this stuff, but also to the point where it controlled him, and he went out there and boarded up his lab and everything and said, "Fuck, I'm done with this shit," and he left. I don't know, kind of weird if you think about that. And then thinking about this stuff that we've got going on there with everybody trying to forget Peter Parker, and how this may not be the first time that Doctor Strange has actually worked this spell, and maybe he's actually done it possibly before. He's actually doing it with Peter. I think that's what kind of what Will Morgan was getting. Oh, I see. He is here still. Yeah. Yeah. Miniature eggplants. Yeah. 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 Everybody likes Strange. Peter Strange. Yeah. They like Strange Peter, all right. Will Morgan says they erased his memory. They erased his memory, and he remembers when the void comes back. And he goes to each of them and makes them remember. But it creates a retcon under the Sentry. Was always there. It's like Spider-Man 3, but like after they show you how Sentry was at the Battle of New York, but we didn't see because no one remembers. Yeah, who's Sentry? I don't remember. Mike Porter, you son of a bitch, man. This guy right here, dude. This guy right here, man. This guy right here. Yeah, no. Again, like I said, I don't know enough about it. I just kind of seen what you said, and I went and kind of looked up really quick. I was like, oh, okay, like not my place. I'm sure my man Will Morgan is working on a video as we speak. If you're not working on a video about how Sentry is probably coming in, if you don't have that theory video up, you son of a bitch, at least write the fucking script and send that shit to me. With some issue numbers so I can get some pictures and stuff and show people and show some slideshow stuff. Do it. Do it. All right. Man, where we go here? Yeah. Oh man. You know that's another. I need to work on getting more emojis. I need to work on more emojis. We need more emojis. How many emojis do we have? How many emojis do we have access to? Because I know we've got plenty of emojis that we need to get to. Plenty of emojis. Let's see. Plenty of emojis. Let's see. Let's look that up really quick. Let's look up where emojis are. How far behind I'm slacking. I'm getting some emojis. Let's see. Emojis. Okay. All right. We've got 8 of 10, but we're gonna remove it. We're gonna remove some of them, and we'll put some new ones up. So we got excess. So we got 2 that aren't taken up, and we can change all these up. We can change all these up as well. Yeah. Yeah, we can. We can. Because we've got several different ones there. We can switch all those out. But we're up to we can get 10. So we've got 2 more that we can add, and then some of the others just need to swap out. Some of them I just put in there at first because I need to get something up. And then yeah. So we need to do. So what we need to do. All right. But anyway, guys, let's see where are we at now? All right. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, anyway, guys, that's all I have for today's comic book reviews. Again, let me know down in the comments below what's on your guys' comic book pull list this week. What did you think of the comic books that I reviewed? Are there any that I talked about that you think sound cool, that are all right? Let me know down in the comments below. But that's all I've got for today's video, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel. If you're not already, please make sure you subscribe. Click the little bell and all of that good stuff. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Hey, give it a thumbs down if you don't. It's okay. I totally understand. But while you're at it, make sure that you share with a friend and invite them to come hang out with us here on the Second Street Marvel. You all have a very good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.